I'm going to listen to Clairo Charm. It's a lovely little album, this. Maybe not what I hoped for. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10 the first time I heard it after one listen, and it's gone down to a 7 out of 10, but it's always lovely, and a step above a lot of the stuff that sounds like that, like this, which just bores me a lot of the cases. I like the more easy listening stuff, and the second half is far superior than the first half. It's brilliant background music, and there's enough in there to pay attention when you want to as well. As I say, 7 out of 10. I've just been told by my 11-year-old daughter that it's pronounced Clairo, so there you go. Thank you, Violet. Track 1, Nomad. A steady start, if not mind-blowing to me. I mean, you can feel the quality already. You know you've got a lovely voice and some lovely music and great production. Do like the double bass sound on this. Not quite enough. I like an album where you first stick it on and you go, ah, there it is. I'm really looking forward to this. It doesn't really do that, this first track. For me, 6 out of 10. Track 2, Sexy to Someone. Feels like the big hit. It looks like the big hit by some way. 50 million plus plays. I can't argue with that. I'll take that. Nice hook and pleasant enough, but feels like a missed opportunity for me, and I really can't put my finger on why. I remember first time I heard the first 2 tracks of this album, I thought there's no way this is going through, but first few tracks not so keen on, but it really comes into its own later on in the album. This track never really grew on me, and there is so much better to come. 6 out of 10. Track 3, Second Nature. I'm getting a bit bored now already on track 3, but as I say, things get so much better. It's just not offering me much that's all exciting. It's about this time I wondered why I liked this album, why I gave it 10 listens again, but it's just average at this stage, but it does get better, I promise. 5 out of 10. Track 4, Slow Dance. Things take a turn for the better now. Who knows, it sounds so similar to the last 3, but for some reason this really stands out as a much better song. After a pretty uninspiring verse, one of the best choruses on the album. Wonderful piano playing, beautiful strings come in. Suddenly I'm enjoying myself, and I remember why I liked it. 8 out of 10. Track 5, Thank You. We're rolling now, and this is a really gorgeous song. I think it might be my favourite. Love the easy listening element. There isn't enough of that in music at the moment. Even snippets of Stereo Lab when they're being at their nicest. So good it makes, just makes me feel happy. This is happy music for happy people. Be happy, kids. 9 out of 10. Track 6, Terrapin. Very Karen Carpenter, her voice in this, and the song is actually as well. It takes a sort of very welcome jazz turn. There's a real sort of jazz feel to this, which is absolutely gorgeous. Lovely vibe, this album, and I think this track works really well. The bound sounds great. It's sort of the first time I've noticed them, really. It's all been about her voice before that. That's 3 tracks in a row now that I've really liked, after the first 3 less so. Or am I just getting into the groove and understanding? I don't know. Either way, that's an 8 out of 10. Track 7, Juna or Juno, not 100% sure which. Looks like the second biggest hit on the album. Great drumming on this one. It's sort of busy but not too busy, and again it's got that jazz feel. I am a sucker for a bit of Linda McCartney keyboard sound as well, which comes in later on. Pushing the boundaries a little bit more than the other tracks in a strange sort of mellow way, whooshing noises and everything. It doesn't sound like a lot's going on, but when you listen closely there really is, and the trumpets at the end are always welcome, and probably my favourite outro on the album. 9 out of 10. Track 8, Add Up My Love. It's one of those titles that you can sort of sing along to. Add up to my love. Rocking out as much as she does, really, but far from rocking out. Feels like a big hit to me. It hasn't got that many listens, but such a catchy chorus, lovely bit of flute, sort of song you can hear on any radio station anywhere in the world. Could do with like an electronic mix, something like they did with Suzanne Vega a few years ago. That's 5 really good, enjoyable tracks in a row. The middle of this album is absolutely fantastic. Another 8 out of 10. Track 9, Echo. Yeah, those drums. Best song to date, and the 10 out of 10 for me. Very Stereo Lab. For some reason I think this is the sound she really wants. I don't know why I say that. That Doors style keyboard as well. Got that 60s smoky room in a Soho bar. Just takes you back in time. That's what music can do to you, isn't it? This is just great music. I'm so on board and having a good time now. As I say, 10 out of 10. Best track on the album. If you're going to only listen to one, listen to Echo. Track 9. Track 10, Glory of the Snow. Another understated belter. I've gone from wanting it to end to dreading it to end. I really have. The first few tracks not so keen, but after that, and the flute on this is absolutely pitch perfect. 8 out of 10. And the 11th and final track, Pier 4, Karen Carpenter's back. She really does sound like her. Pleasant enough, and I get it as a last track, you know, slightly underwhelming, maybe. She goes out with a whimper rather than a bang, but all in all, I've had a lovely time, especially after the first few tracks, which I was not so keen on. So this one's a 6 out of 10 though. So my overall review of Clairo Charm is that after a shaky start or a boring start with the first 3 tracks, it really turns into an easy listening, gorgeous piece of music that is engaging and lovely. Background or foreground, it doesn't matter, it's well worth having on your stereo. I just love it. There's elements of Stereolab in there, there's cardigans even. It's just mellow beautifulness, and you should give it a listen. Maybe not on party night, maybe on nice glass of red wine and cigarette night, but honestly, stick it out. It may be pop, don't care, it's gorgeous. 7 out of 10.